Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are finally doing another Shop My Stash video. A couple of you guys have asked like, hey, are you still doing Shop My Stash? To be honest, things got a little crazy there for a while. We moved houses and I think my last Shop My Stash was right before we moved because I was picking like my collection of makeup that I wanted to use like during the moving process. Yeah, we've been here for 6 months, almost 7 months. So it's been a while. Also, I had a baby during that time and it's just been madness. But needless to say, I definitely need to swap out my everyday products for some different products. If you're unfamiliar with what Shop My Stash is, essentially I'm taking my everyday products, which live in this bottom drawer here of my vanity. These are the products that I reach for every day. They're easily accessible. They're typically what I use the most often. And I swap them out with products from my larger collection, which is over here in my Alex 9 drawers from IKEA. I'm sure you guys are familiar with what that is. You'll see it in a second. But yeah, so I'm basically gonna take like those staple products that I tend to reach for all the time and swap them out for different ones. I'm not selling my makeup. I'm not actually shopping anything. I'm just going into what I already have and rediscovering it. So let's do it together. Okay, let's start out with what's currently in my everyday drawer. This drawer it's turned into a mess, you guys, to be totally honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, if you hear like a white noise in the background that kind of sounds like a fan, I have my baby monitor right here. My baby is sleeping. He's probably gonna wake up here like any minute, but he's currently sleeping, so that's what that is. Okay, so because it's been so long and I've just kind of been throwing things in and out of here, this is a total disaster. But normally this is categorized for face products, eye products, cheek products, and it's still kind of sort of stayed that way. I will also caveat this with I am starting a project pan. I already filmed that video. I don't know which one is going to go up first, whether it's this one or that one, but you'll hear me reference things like I need to keep this out for the project pan, and that's what I mean. There's 12 items for that. So let's start with the face products over here. So I have 2 Hourglass products. I have Diffused Heat, which is like a pale yellow. I love this. I should have mentioned this in my annual favorites and I didn't, but I use this to set my under eyes. I do have many other options to set my under eyes that I probably should dabble into. So because of that, I am going to swap that out. This is Dim Light, which is more of a skin toned color. This is part of my project pan, so I am going to keep it out. I use that just to kind of like set foundation or add luminosity to my skin. This is also in my project pan. It's a powder foundation. It's kind of the only foundation I'm using right now. So those I will be keeping out. These are also in the project pan. It's a primer for my face, another primer for my face, 2 concealers, and an eye primer. So all of those I'm going to keep out specifically for that reason. This is 2 other eye primers that I'm going to put away so I'm not tempted to use a different eye primer. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a color corrector. I do sometimes use this as a concealer, but I don't want to be tempted by it since I'm trying to finish up those other 2, so I'm going to put that one back. This is a powder foundation by Cover FX. I don't want to be tempted by it, so I'm going to put it back. And then going back here, well, these are lip products, so lip products in general I don't typically keep in this drawer. My lip products, you'll see in a second, are in like a clear acrylic container that I have on top of my Alex 9 drawers. It's easy because I can see them all and therefore I don't find the need to keep them in here. However, this is part of my project pan, so I want to keep it in here so it's easily accessible. But the rest of my lip products, they need to go back to their home. So I'm going to put all the lip products except for the lip balm. This is a lip balm. I put it on pretty much every day right when I'm getting ready, so that can stay out also. This is an eye product, so I'll stick it in there. So everything that's back here, this is a new product I bought like at some point last year. I don't even remember when, but you can see I haven't even touched it yet. It's still in the packaging. So I'm just gonna, it's a primer. I already have 2 primers I'm focusing on right now, so I'm gonna put that away for now. Oh, here's where this was. It's MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. Again, I just want to focus on the one, so I'm going to put that one back for now. I have a few concealers in here. Geez Louise, you can see just how messy all of this has gotten. I do think I want to keep this Maybelline one out because it is more of a brightener. It's similar to the Charlotte Tilbury product. Sometimes if I'm in like a super duper hurry, I will use a brightener instead of a concealer. And then if I want to really, you know, make my makeup full coverage, or if I have really bad dark circles, I will put this underneath of a concealer. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and keep that product out. But the rest of these are going to go back in the concealer homes. This is Too Faced Born This Way. It's a really good foundation, but I think I'm going to swap it out for a different one. Another facial primer, and then this is basically a foundation, CC cream. This is something I haven't used in a long time. It's an under eye primer. I want to say in my last Shop My Stash, I purposefully kept this in here so I could try to use it. I haven't even touched this, you guys, but I do want to use it. I bought it, so I might as well try to use it. So I'm going to keep this there also. Okay, this area is a total mess. So let's dig into it. This section up here, like in front of the clear acrylic, is typically what I use to store like cream pop products. So I kind of want to keep it that way because it does seem to be working for me. My eyelash curler I will definitely be keeping out. I have a bunch of these Charlotte Tilbury. I love them. I use them so much, but I have a ton of cream shadows that I really feel like I need to kind of pull back out and use again. So I want to keep at least one of these out because I do really like them. I haven't used Jean in a while. This is like a champagne. It's good for like every day. Uh-oh, Lincoln's waking up. Oh, I think he's awake. Okay, you know what? I think I'm actually just going to put all of these back. I might keep Marie Antoinette out. It's kind of like a taupey, oystery color. That's really good for those days when I have absolutely no idea what else to do with my eyes. So I'm going to put all of those back. I've had this for so long and it's clearly stayed in the box. So I think I want to take this out to use it. It's just really pretty purple color from Marc Jacobs. But this is definitely more of a pressed pigment, not a cream shadow. So I'm going to leave those. These are both my Hourglass Scattered Lights. I love these. They have seen so much love though, so I'm going to put those back. And then these two little bento boxes from Kaja, again, I use to death. I use like little products, I feel like, more than huge palettes. I'm going to put this one back, the orangey one, just because it is definitely more of like a fall, summertime palette. Those orange tones are beautiful, but it's almost springtime and it's winter right now, so they're just not really seasonally appropriate. This is a cute little neutral guy, so I'll leave that in there. This is eyebrow powder, but I use it to fill in my hairline, and I mean, you can see I hit pan on it. It's the only one I have, so I'm gonna keep that in here. I have a lot of these glitter shadows. I actually used this one today just because I saw it in here and I was like, oh, I haven't used that in a while. This one is by Bare Minerals. This one's by Too Faced, but I've used those so much just because they have lived in this drawer. And I have so many other ones that I would really like to swap them out for. Same with all of these stick products. I love stick eyeshadows. They're just so easy, but I probably should swap these out for different ones. Okay, so here's another one. Whether they're by MAC or Lancome or Charlotte Tilbury, I have so many and I love them, but I just want to rotate through others. This is a Paint Pot by MAC. It's an eye primer. It is nice to have when I want to do a lot of color and I want to kind of blank out my eyelids. So I do think I'm going to leave that in here. This is a little miniature palette by Charlotte Tilbury. She is re-promoting this. I bought this during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, but now she's re-promoting it as like a, you know, like a comeback item. I have other mini shadows, and this, so it looks a lot lighter online, which makes me think maybe she's re-promoting a different palette. But as you can see, mine looks, I don't even know how focused this is. I can't see the viewfinder right now. It looks very like warm toned, which is beautiful, but again, it kind of falls in the same as like the orange shadows, you know? So I'm gonna probably swap that out. I have a lot of eyeliners in here. I typically wear brown eyeliner on a day-to-day basis. The Maybelline one is my favorite color tattoo. No, sorry, Tattoo Studio. I have a couple of black liners in here. I have a liquid black liner. In fact, I think this is the only liquid black liner I have, so I might keep that in here. This is a black. This is actually pretty new. I might leave this in here. It's the color, sorry, the Tattoo Studio Maybelline, but it's the black one. This is old and can be de-stashed. Is that the right word? Decluttered? Thrown away? Whatever. I have 2 mascaras I'm currently working on. I don't want to swap them out because I want to finish them up. I don't want to waste them. So those are going to stay in here. I have my tweezers, 2 eyebrow pencils. Somehow I inevitably always have 2 of these going at the same time. But I actually do think I'm going to pull them out because I have a ton of eyebrow products you're going to see in a minute that I really want to show some love to. Like this is one right here, the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I have a Kat Von D one hiding in here. I have this one by Benefit. So this is also a Benefit brow pencil. This is another lip product. This is an eyebrow setting gel. I only have the one. Same with this. It's an eyebrow pomade. I only have the one. I don't use them very often, so I'm going to keep them in there. I do think I want to fish through my stash to see if I have a different brown eyeliner. I think I do. I have the Ardent in one for sure, so I might pull that one back out just because, and then I'll leave those 2 in there for black. This is another lip product. This is another lip balm. I'm just going to leave it in there. This is an eyebrow pencil by Kat Von D. I actually bought this with my mom back in May when she came to visit me. We both bought it. I remember using it once and kind of being indifferent about it, but I want to try it again. It's a really interesting shape. It's like a flat, it's like the pointy pencil ones, but it's flat. I don't know how well you can tell, but it's, in theory, it seems like it's going to be, it would be really cool. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's that. I do have other stuff hiding back here. This is Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wand. I think this is the, is this the highlighter or the bronzer? I think this is the, this is the highlighter one. And then I have this mascara that I remember pulling out to use as a backup during those months that I was moving, but I was sent both of these, this one by Benefit, this one by Charlotte Tilbury, so I ended up trying those and not trying this one. I'm going to put this one back just because I don't need that backup in here anymore since I have my full collection with me. Moving over to the cheek section, I do have some Shop My Stash products in here. This is the Chanel Tan, oh my goodness, Soleil Tan de Chanel, which it is in my project pan, so I want to keep that out. That's a project pan. This Stila highlighter is also in my project pan, and so is my Natasha Denona Blush and Glow palette. So both of those I am going to keep out just because I want to make sure I use them. Bless you, baby boy. Bless you, baby boy. I think I have 2 of these Hourglass palettes in this drawer. These drawers actually go back pretty deep, and I kind of sometimes forget what's in them because they are so deep. This is the Ghost palette. I stinking love this palette, but I might swap it out for a different Hourglass palette because I have 3 of them and I want to try to use them all. This highlighter I think I'm going to put back also just because I have this cream highlighter here, and there's also a highlighter in here, and then I'll probably pull out another highlighter. So there's that. This bronzer kind of just lives in this drawer because it is so big. It doesn't really fit anywhere else, like good in my collection. So it lives in this drawer, so I'm gonna end up putting that back here in a minute. This is Fenty Beauty, Shady Biz, and Indasun. Those are pretty much the only bronzers I used for like the second half of the year. So I'm gonna swap them out for different ones. I've been using this a lot and I really like it. It's the Milk Makeup bronzer stick, and I really like it. It is a similar concept to the Tan de Chanel, but I just bought this, so I want to keep using it. So I'm going to keep that out. This is a Kevyn Aucoin Neo Blush. It's really pretty. It's kind of broken, so it just is kind of messy, so I'm going to swap that out. Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt and Glow. This is a really good one, but again, I've been using it for the past 6 months. So there's that. Yeah, what do you think, Lincoln? This by Marc Jacobs. Again, it just kind of lives in this drawer because it is such a big palette, but it is a highlighter and a bronzer palette. I haven't used this at all. I've used it a couple of times, but These are all blushes, yeah. Hourglass blush, MAC blush, yep, Becca blush, Clinique blush, Charlotte Tilbury blush. This is a beach stick from Charlotte Tilbury. I've used it a couple of times. I don't know that I love the product very much. I think I'm gonna swap it out. Then going even farther back here, this is an Hourglass palette that lives in this drawer just again because it's shaped kind of funny. This is an Hourglass blush, Bobbi Brown highlighter. This I had in this drawer because, again, I was moving and this was the only makeup that I had. And I usually keep all my palettes over there. Even when I pick one for Shop My Stash, I keep them in their palette drawer over there. So I am going to go ahead and put that back. And then this is a cream bronzer. You can see I haven't even used it. But I've really been on a cream bronzer kick lately. So I might leave this out because I do kind of want to test it. So let me put back, I thought I had the other Hourglass palette in there, but I guess I don't. So these products live in here, but I don't want to use them. So I'm going to push them to the back purposefully. Everything else, so these are all Project Pan products. So I want to keep those out. I don't typically keep lip products in here, but I think I'm just going to leave it like right here. These are pencil sharpeners, by the way, in case you're wondering what that is. Okay, this is also sitting on top of my vanity. It's a new product I got from Clarins. It's a facial primer. It's really good. It's their Instant Smooth Perfect Touch. It's a glass jar. It's really, really just like luxurious feeling. They sent it to me to review, and I have been using it a few times. I want to keep it out because I want to keep trying it. It reminds me a lot of the Bobbi Brown face base. So now I have 3 primers. I don't need any more facial primers, so I just need to remind myself, no more facial primers. Okay, let's put all of this junk back and then pick out new stuff. Alright guys, you're about to see just how messy everything is. At some point I do need to go through and declutter and just organize, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But don't judge, okay? So my top drawer is concealers and foundations. I did put everything back in here, like the stuff I was swapping out, so it's a little bit more full than it typically would be. I do want to pull out just one liquid foundation, and that's it, because I have enough concealers and then I have the powder foundation I'm focusing on. So I kind of want to pull this out. I bought this towards the end of last year and I haven't really had a chance to truly use it a lot. I also have the Charlotte Tilbury foundation that's still in the box, but I think this round I do want to pull out the Peach Perfect. So that's going to be my liquid foundation. And then this drawer is kind of a smorgasbord of powders, bronzers, things like that. I do want to pull out a new under eye setting powder. I have a couple that I typically use for that, but I've been watching some new YouTubers lately, and I think it's that Talia, is her name, Taylor, has been talking a lot about this. This has been a long time favorite of mine and I've loved it forever, but I just haven't used it in a long time. It's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. So I think I'm going to pull that out to kind of rediscover my love for that. And then as far as like an all over setting powder, I have the Hourglass one that's in my Project Pan. I don't think I need to pull out another one, but I have so many that I just want to use things, you know? So I think one I haven't used in a while is this, let's see. How about the Too Faced Peach Perfect? I'll pull that one out too. Okay, this next drawer is probably the most organized looking drawer, at least, but it has my highlighters and my bronzers in it. I do want to pull out one more powder bronzer since I put the 2 Fenty ones back. This is a newer one that I got towards holiday of last year, but it is really dark. And because it's winter time right now, I don't necessarily want like a super dark bronzer. This is a repurchase. I used an entire one of these up and I found it at TJ Maxx. I do really like the Sweetie Pie bronzer, but I haven't used it for a while because I haven't had it since this is a new one. That one's good. And then Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced is another really good one. I'm going to pull out Chocolate Soleil and I'll save that one for later. And then as far as highlight goes, I want to pull out a powder highlight because I do have some cream ones in there. But I just want to have some variety to use. I mean, not that I can't just reach over and, you know, pick one out if I really want to, but I think, gosh, this is something that's still in the box. Oh, that's a sculpting powder by Kevin Aquan. Oh, this I found at TJ Maxx also. It's a Bare Minerals bronzer. See, I really need to go through and like declutter and kind of rediscover what I already have. Okay, highlighter. You know what? This is another product that I've heard people talk about a lot lately. No, not Soft and Gentle, Double Gleam. This one. Jessica Braun, I think, is the one who's been talking about this one a lot. I've had it for a while, a really long time, but I'm going to pull it out to use it again. Okay, so the next drawer is a hot mess. This is my blush drawer, and typically this is the drawer that I love the most because it usually looks a lot better than this. But you can see I have so many blushes that they don't all fit in the little organizer, and it's just a hot mess. I want to pull out quite a bit. I also have a blush. Oh, something just fell back here. I heard it. I don't know what it was. I have a new blush that I got from Sephora just a couple of days ago. If you watched my day in the life vlog, then you probably saw it's the Sex on Fire. I really like that, so I want to use that one. But then, gosh, my camera is wobbly. Sorry, guys. I want to pull out a couple more. Blush is my favorite, and I feel like that's a really easy thing to kind of like rotate through. I kind of want to pull out an Hourglass, maybe Mood Exposure. That's a good one. Then I can put this one back in there. And then, let's see, how about, I haven't used a Tarte in a while. Maybe I'll pull out, Nude Pop is really good. I put back Heather Pop so I can, oh, here's Heather Pop right here. I just shoved it in here. And then this one I just put back. Maybe a Tarte blush also. Let's see, Seduce. This one's probably Exposed. Yeah, Exposed is my favorite. You know what? I kind of want like a pinky blush. Maybe I'll use this one. Yeah, that one's really pretty. And then also, so I have a nude blush. I have a kind of plummy blush. I have a pink blush. So let's pull out a peach blush. You know what? I haven't used NARS Orgasm in a really long time. So maybe I will pull, gosh, it looks so dark. I'm gonna pull that one out. All right, this next drawer is an even hotter mess, I think, than the blush drawer. But this is my eye product drawer. I wasn't even able to fit the cream eyeshadows in there that I was swapping out. But as you can see, and I'm sorry that the camera is wobbly, I'm trying to hold it still. So I do want to see if I have another brown eyeliner. These are the ones I just put in there. Oh, I see one right here. Oh, the Makeup Forever one. You know what? I was just talking about this in a recent video, so I'm going to pull that out. And then Mac Teddy is another good one. Okay, so good. Okay, I was afraid I wouldn't have any more brown, but silly me. Okay, so there's that. I do want to pull out a couple of pencil shadows. I have some new ones in here that I bought towards the end of last year by Charlotte Tilbury. There's one Amethyst. Yes, that one is pretty. It's like a taupey purple. Or is it dark pearl? Which one is the one I'm thinking of? This might be the one I was thinking of. Oh yeah, pretty. And then I might just pull them both out because why not, right? This one, oh yeah, it's like a dark purple. So pretty. I'm actually gonna pull both of those out. I should anyways. I mean, I bought them, so I should use them. And then as far as liquid eyeshadows go, I have all of these from Bare Minerals that I haven't really had a chance to dig into quite yet because I bought them right before I had Lincoln, and so it's just, you know, Sunstone is pretty. This is kind of like a rosy gold. I like that one. And then maybe I'll pull out one of these Stila because I haven't used them in a really long time. Smoky Storm, that's a pretty one. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I don't need a new mascara. I do want to pull out some new brow products though. So I have the Kat Von D, and then I also want one that I know is just gonna work. Oh, you know what? I have a new Hourglass one in here too. I might pull back one of the Brow Wizzes just because I know those work and I don't want to have to go digging for it if I end up wanting it. And then Hourglass has this new one. I bought this when it first launched and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So I'm gonna pull that one out. And then I do have a couple, oh my goodness, my camera is just, sorry guys. This is another Kaja bento box. So I have the neutral one in my everyday drawer already, and I pulled out the orange one here. So I think I want to pull this one out. I have 3 of them. This is the last one, Rose Water. This is just beautiful, like rosy nudes. And that's perfect for springtime. So I actually am going to pull that one out. And then, oh, I also have this Fenty Beauty brow pencil too. I'll wait on that. We'll pull that one out next time. I also have a new Huda Beauty palette that I purchased. I used it in one of my videos recently. Huda Beauty Nude. So I think I'm gonna pull this out and put that in there. And then as far as cream shadows go, I have these Kylie ones that I purchased and I never even used. So I think I wanna, here's this one, Night Swim, kind of looks like a rose gold. That's probably a sure one that I'll like. So we'll pull that out. And then I have some Natasha Denona. There's a darker one and like a more, can you even see? You can't even see what I'm doing. A more champagne-y one. So I think I'm gonna pull both of these out. This one is in the color Nude. And then this one is in the color like Boldly Bronze or something like that. Metal Bronze. So I'm gonna pull both of those out, and that should be good for eyeshadows. And then my last drawer is actually eyeshadow palettes. I'm not gonna pull any of these out specifically because I can just reach over and grab a palette. They're so big, they take up so much space. So I don't wanna put them in my everyday drawer, but you can see this drawer's a hot mess too. And then as far as lip products go, you can see, so here's the acrylic container I was telling you about. It's pretty well organized. I have lip scrubs and MAC lipsticks in here. I have some setting sprays in here, and then the rest, I mean, this is probably the most organized of all my makeup right now. I have like other lipsticks like Charlotte Tilbury's over here, just regular lipsticks here. Liquid lipsticks are in here, lip glosses are in here, lip balms, and then lip liners. I don't need to pull any of those out. I have the one for my Project Pan in my everyday makeup drawer, and then everything else I literally just can reach over here and grab when I need to. So here is what my everyday makeup drawer looks like now. It looks much more manageable, and I just love when I have a nice like curated selection of products that I could go to. I know I can get ready quickly, and so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I will be using these products for at least a month, maybe 2, and then I'll try to film another Shop My Stash where I swap them out for others. I'm gonna try to do them monthly if I can, just because I do have so many products and I do wanna swap things out. And I don't stick to this specifically. Like if I wanna try a different highlighter, I'm gonna try another highlighter. Like it's not like this is set in stone or anything, but it does help just to force me to use new things, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's about it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Here's little Lincoln, if you were wondering who was making all that noise in the background. But we're gonna go eat some lunch, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye guys!